So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime with Action Comics number 291 from August 1962. The Blushing Impatient Bride. Please don't make me marry Mr. Mxyzptlk, that crazy imp from the fifth dimension, Dad. Where's your gratitude, dear? Mr. Mxyzptlk has made Alora and me, your Kryptonian parents, magically live again. Though we died years ago, we now have superpowers like you. We'll be proud to have Mr. Mxyzptlk for our son-in-law. Do as your father Zor-El commands, Supergirl. Dynamic Supergirl, the world's mightiest girl, has encountered a wide variety of terrific perils during her astonishing career as a crusader for good causes, but she has always managed to best them with her amazing superpowers such as X-ray vision, super breath, and super strength. However, one dismaying day, she is confronted with a super problem such as she has never encountered before, a dilemma even she can't overcome. See what happens when her dead Kryptonian parents magically live again and insist she become the bride of Mr. Mxyzptlk. So she's once again toting her parents around in their car rather than having them drive, and they go to Midvale Orphanage to give back and offer the kids some gifts, and then later they are discussing how happy they are that they have the world's mightiest girl, and she flies off. Mom and Dad love me just as much as my real Kryptonian parents did. Before they died, nothing could ever part me from my foster parents. And meanwhile, Mr. Mxyzptlk is observing her. Outwitting that mere Supergirl will be a cinch for me. Three-dimensional Earth, here I come. Supergirl's tagging along after that plane, like her goody-goody cousin, Superman. She's on the alert for trouble. Ha-ha, now for a good laugh. So the plane has an atomic bomb on it, and he decides to change them into bizarros. Gasp! The pilots have suddenly turned into bizarros, pathetic creatures with twisted minds who do everything in a crazy, mixed-up way. So they decide rather than fly through the air, they should go through the ground, so she has to dig a tunnel so they don't smash, and leads them out and then announces, "Attention pilots, there is no danger, your plane is safe." So they decide that that's the time they should parachute out. Knowing bizarros do everything in reverse, I used the right psychology on those flyers. Now I'd better find out if other people have become bizarros too. And indeed they have. Haha, New York has become a bizarro city. Is she puzzled? So everyone is doing odd things. Even at the United Nations. Phooey on peace. Me got peachy idea. Let's everybody declare war on everyone else. War, war, war. Us want war. So finally, Mr. Mxyzptlk shows up. Howdy, ma'am. I'm Mr. Mxyzptlk from the fifth dimension. Are you enjoying my hilarious hocus pocus? So you're the one behind this madness, you imp. Superman told me about you. So she tries to grab him, but has no luck. The only way to return this pest to his own dimension for at least 90 days is to trick him into saying his name backwards. I'm going to pull more delightful pranks. Aren't you glad? So she goes... She's doing a show at the Metropolis Stadium and starts throwing cards with letters into the air. The most obvious trick possible. So they're all reading off this just random stuff. I'll trick Mr. Mxyzptlk into saying his name backwards on the next toss. So she tries, but he's wise to her and changes them into snakes. And then spots a beehive and turns the bees enormous. Gasp! The madcap imp transformed normal-sized bees into menacing giants. Must act before someone gets hurt. So she creates a giant vat of nectar and lures the bees in. This mind control helmet from another world may enable me to get rid of Mr. Mxyzptlk before he pulls more crazy stunts. So she tries to command him, but he tricks her by using a palindrome, "Madam, I'm Adam." And it is not working. Ah, naturally not. My fifth-dimensional magic is greater than any mechanical gadget. What do you think of me now? I'll tell you what I think. I think you're an irritating, aggravating, annoying pest. I hate you. You're the greatest creep there ever was. I love that reaction. That's great. But you're beautiful when angry. A strange thrill is tingling up and down my itty-bitty spine. It must be love. Marry me, beloved. No, not even if you were the last man on earth. So he brings back her parents. Hello, Kara. Oh, it's really them. Bye, sweetie. I'll leave you alone a while so that you can enjoy your reunion with your folks. I'm off to pull some pranks in Atlantis. When I come back, we'll get married. My real parents, Zor-El, Alora, alive. So apparently it's legit. He really brought him back. Uh, how often I've wished we could be together again like this, but I never dreamed that a fifth dimensional imp's magic would make it happen. So we get another retelling of her origin with Argo City and kryptonite poisoning, and they send her. That's a weird. looks like her adult face or her old 17-year-old face on a weird baby's body. So it shows them dying yet again, and then a recap of her first introduction to the public. We'll never be separated again. Here on Earth, you're super too. Come, I'll teach you how to fly. And so they are super powered now and meet the Danvers. But we thought, I know it's hard to believe, Mr. Danvers, but we're alive again thanks to Mr. Mxyzptlk's magic. And they decide that they want Supergirl to live with them. And so she decides that she's going to leave the Danvers. Stop arguing. Don't make me choose between you. I love both sets of parents. I guess you do belong with your real parents. Goodbye, darling. Please remember us always. She really wasn't with them that long, but I guess they bonded quickly. My super hearing overhears them. They're so loving and self-sacrificing. I love my Kryptonian parents very much, but the Danvers will always be close to my heart, too. Oh, I'll miss them. What are you preparing? Trust us. Here I am, darling. I had a swell time driving Atlantis crazy. Let's get on with the wedding. You can't be serious. But now her father, Zor-El, looks happy to have her marrying Mr. Mxyzptlk. Why are my parents doing this to me? Before the ceremony begins, let's all drink this punch. So they do a toast to the wedding. And now, my would-be son-in-law, would you say your name backwards? I can't help myself. I've got to say it. My name backwards is... And he says it. I can't pronounce it. It worked. I poured Kryptonian truth serum into the punch. Mr. Mxyzptlk is disappearing. So are my Kryptonian parents and my wedding veil. The second the imp vanishes, his fifth-dimensional magic wears off. What are you doing here, Supergirl? When the sprite disappears, people forget everything that happened during my latest visit. Superman and I can remember, though, because of our super minds. Krypton Truth Serum. So that's what my Kryptonian parents produced in the lab. A super potion mightier than the imp's fifth-dimensional magic. Under its influence, the imp couldn't lie when Zor-El asked him to say his name backwards. Zor-El and Alora, why don't you just say Mom and Dad, knew that since they'd been materialized magically by the imp, they would be doomed to disappear when he vanished. They must have decided I belonged with my foster parents. Well, they couldn't just keep him there forever. And solved everything by tricking him into drinking the truth serum. I'll never forget their great sacrifice. Have an interesting day, darling? Yes, Mom. Like the rest of the world, you and Dad have forgotten Mr. Mxyzptlk's handiwork. Strangely, both sets of my parents act self-sacrificingly in my behalf. I'm glad things ended this way, but what would have happened if my Kryptonian parents and I had roamed the universe together? Will I ever see them again, I wonder? You be the judge, readers. If you want an astounding sequel to this tale, write and let us know. And in the next story, we finally get the introduction of Super Horse.